Hey Maximizers, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Crystal. I'm a coupon coach and educator with my company, KrysTheMaximizer.com. And today's video is like highly requested. In this video, I'm going to be going over how I budget as an entrepreneur. Yes, I used to show my budget on YouTube back, I think in 2019. I was doing my monthly budgets with you guys. But now in my monthly membership community, Swap Maximizers, that is where I do my budget. But so many of you on YouTube have been asking, so it's back. So if you are ready to see how I budget as an entrepreneur and kind of during the quarantine, then just keep on watching. All right, so first off, before I turn my camera around and I open up my book to show you how I budget, let me just give you the rundown of what I use to budget. So this is a happy planner. I have the large size rings that I ordered from Amazon, and they are the metal rings. And this is a happy planner. You can snag a happy planner at happyplanner.com. You can get one at Joann's or Michael's. I suggest Joann's or Michael's. They typically have a lot of coupons for you to get them. And you can create the planner how you want because it's a disc-bound planner. And what that means is you can move pages around as you see fit. Now, I am very detailed with my budget, so I prefer to use a happy planner versus a regular budget planner that's already like has things listed out for you, because I have a lot of line items and I'm pretty specific about how I set up my planners. Now I'm going to show you when I'm filming this, it is still April, but I'm going to be showing you how I set up May. This is like my April spread, and I like do a monthly overview. I do a paycheck to paycheck budget. Like I'm very detailed. I have a debt slide, business expenses, all of that. So I'm going to show you how I set it up. Yes, I use stickers. Stickers make me happy. They make me excited to actually budget because I don't like to see where all my money goes. But with the stickers, it makes it nice. So I have that in here, and this is my love. So let me tell you about the stickers I use. I use stickers from Shay's Budget Shop, and I will link Shay's YouTube channel and her Etsy shop below. I have May and June stickers in here, but I just want to show you. This is the May stickers that I use, and I'm going to show you how I set them up, and I have June in here as well. So I bought a bundle from her, so check her out on Etsy. If you need like deep budgeting help and you want to watch some of her budget videos, I highly suggest. But I use her stickers. I've been using her stickers for well over a year. I think the first time I bought a sticker, it was 2018. I bought December 2018, and I've been using her stickers and buying every month since then. And her kits are really affordable. It's like $20 for a full kit, and that gets me through the whole entire month of budgeting. It is a small investment for me to make my budget planner look super cute. So I went over where you can grab everything. Happy Planner at Joann's or Michael's or happyplanner.com or Amazon. You can order from Amazon. And I'm going to open my book up, flip my camera around, and show you the differences. My stickers I get from Shay's Budget Shop. Then I use a bunch of pins and things that I have as well. So let's go ahead and dive right into the budget. This is just my April overview, and I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do for May. So I'm starting with a blank palette for May, and again, like I told you guys, this is a happy planner. After June, I just decided that I'm gonna be moving over to Erin Condren Monthly Deluxe. I actually just ordered one, so when that one comes, I'll definitely do my July budget video here for you guys as well, so you can see. So here is the monthly overview that I'm gonna do, and then here are my Shay's Budget Shop stickers. So I'm going to go through and set all of this up. I got all the build you stickers, the script stickers. This is the scripted washi, which I use at the top of my pages. And then these is just a decorative washi tape. I use these, and then I put the beautiful scripts on top of it. So basically what I'm going to do for May is going to come out like what I had for April. Now the last time I filmed a budget video, it was like over an hour when I show you everything I'm doing. So what I'm doing now is I'm showing you what April looks like, and I'm just going to go through and set up May the same way. So I do an expenses. I'm going to change this around a little bit. This is like my my cheat sheet for my impulse shopping that I want to put in for April. Then over here, this is my business expenses. I'm going to set this up better for this month. My paycheck to paycheck budget that I didn't set up, but I will today with you guys. I want to spend more time on the numbers than me stickering. So I'm going to go through, set this up. That's my actual April budget, the income, the debt, all that jazz, and then my goals and my savings. So I'm going to set this up a little bit differently. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take my stickers and I'm going to go ahead and sticker everything. I have some extra sheets of Happy Planner insert paper. And I'm just going to go ahead and sticker everything. And then the other thing that I do before I get started is I go through, and these are all of my expense categories that change. And what does that mean? It means that these are things that are not the same every month. So all of my debt payments and then my expense categories. My rent is here because my water is included in my rent, and that changes month to month. So my monthly rent amount, the base amount doesn't change, but it goes anywhere from $10 to $30 based on how much water and sewer we use. So my phone bill changes like a few dollars slightly. My couponing budget, grocery budget, my beauty budget, gas, eating out, and then I always check to see what's coming up. Kinsley's birthday is coming up, and there is something that I really want to buy for her. She can hear me, so I'm not going to say it out loud, but this right here is what I want to buy from her. So when I get to the numbers and I talk about what I'm allocating for the month, all that's going to be there. And I've already spent money. It's May 1st, and I've already went out spending money, so I wrote here what those current expenses are. So I use this as like my rough draft sheet. So this is for anything that doesn't change. This is all my debt payments, and then again, these are all my expenses. But when we get into me telling you about my numbers, I will go into a little bit more detail on how I do that. So when I come back, my planner will be all stickered and we'll be filling in numbers. I'm actually going to be watching Blacklist while I do this. I'm on season 6, so I'll be back in a second. Okay, maximizers, it's time to get into the nitty gritty, which is the numbers. So what I did was I stickered everything, and we're going to go through the numbers together. So I stickered out my income. I did my goals. I did my paychecks back here. We're going to go through those together. My debts, I wrote in the creditors, and then we're going to write in the amounts, and you're going to see exactly how much credit card debt I'm in, and hold on to your seats because it's real. These are my real numbers. So I ask for you to not judge me. Oh man, I did that wrong, I think. But anyway, I did my debt on this side, and then I did my business expenses on this side. So we're gonna fill out my business expenses. So you're gonna see how much it costs me to actually run my business every single month. And then I put my expenses in the back. So this is going to be anything that I spend money on that is not a monthly scheduled bill. So I'll write my couponing expenses on here. When we eat out, grocery shopping, gas, if I make any beauty purchases. It's Kinsley's birthday. So when I make purchases for her birthday, it'll be expenses front and back. I left space for that. And any other business expenses I have, lunch, if I buy equipment, it will all be listed here. Okay, so first things first, we're going to look at the monthly calendar, and what I do is to not reinvent the wheel because my monthly bills are the same every month. We are going to go by April to see what is due when, and then I have my little cheat sheet here, and I went through and I have all the things, all the numbers I need, so I can just look and pull for you guys. So what I do is I just go day by day. So on the first, we have rent due. We have, and most of this stuff, y'all, that I have on here is freaking credit card bills. And guess what? I'm totally okay with having a bunch of credit card debt. I know it's a lot, but like I said, I'm just looking for your grace and understanding. I'm budgeting the best way that works for me and my family. I'm using my income to the best of my ability for me and my family. So I know there's tons of different things I could be doing. There's tons of different things that you can suggest for me to do, but just know that I've been doing this for a long time. I'm not afraid of my debt. I'm embracing it. It's mine. I did it. I'm taking care of it. I'm not stressed out over it, so you shouldn't be. And then these two, I totally forgot, are actually Kinsley's gymnastics and soccer, which actually they are not charging us right now. So we are not paying for soccer because we're not going. Gymnastics is asking for donations. I'm not sure how much I'm going to donate yet. If I'm going to pay like the usual $95 or if I'm going to give any more, I am going to reevaluate that to see because I may put her in gymnastics camp if it opens up. So I want to save money towards that because that is pretty expensive. So for rent this month, I just actually paid my rent. It is $15.17, and that includes rent, water, gas, and sewer. So I do this part first so I can see what is due when. That way, I know on my paydays, which I should have said first, I put all my paydays in. So I set my business up to pay me every single Friday. And then on the 21st of the month, I get paid from YouTube. So that way I can decide whenever I get paid each Friday, what bills am I going to pay? Like my rent is due on the 1st, but I spend the whole month before actually saving up money for my rent, if that makes sense. I just realized the May sticker isn't there. We don't have it. We usually get a sticker that says the date. And if we, oh, here it is. Here it is. I was like, where's my May sticker? I spend the whole month before getting my rent ready. So whatever my rent is, I divide it up. And each week, my goal is to put away around $380 per week into my rent account. So right now, I'm far enough ahead that all the money I'm making in May is actually going to be towards my July bills. So I break my bills up that way. But anyway, in the interim, what I do is whatever day I get paid, that decides what I'm going to pay for that week. So long story short, I like to do my monthly overview before I do anything else. Okay, soccer and gymnastics, that's what I'm going to pay. On the 2nd, I have a bunch of credit card bills. So over here, you'll see me, I have my credit one, and it's actually number 2. That minimum payment, and I pay all the minimum payments, and then I'm doing what you call a debt snowball. So that means I'm taking any extra money and I'm paying my lowest credit card, which right now is my Walmart credit card, and then I take all my extra money and I put it to Walmart. And then once that credit card is actually going to be paid off, I will move it to my next one, which is my Buy Power Capital One card. So then that's what I'm doing with Debt Snowball. So when I get to my debt slide, you will see me talk about what I'm doing with Snowball. I'm kind of doing 2 snowballs. And again, we'll talk about that when we get to the debt slide. But I write in each little credit card because I don't fight it. No, I don't want to get any consolidation loans. No, I don't want to file bankruptcy. No, I'm going to do this the old-fashioned way, y'all. I'm going to pay off my debt that I accumulated. Rooms to Go used to be just $60, but I bought furniture for Kinsley, and it's no interest. So this is my no interest credit card. So it's same as cash. So that's $85 per month. And then my business Chase card. So the minimum payment is $35, but because it's a business card, I've already allotted for myself to pay $800 additional. So I'm paying $35 and I'm paying $800, and I may pay another $200 more, possibly, or even a little bit more than that. But right now I'm allocating the minimum $35, and then I'm paying an additional $800. I use it to pay for my coaching. And guess what? I invested in a coach and I made my money back. I'm investing in another coach, and I'm pretty sure that within 30 days, I'll be making my money back. Because why? I do the work. I don't pay for a coach and just spend my money. I pay for the coach. I do the work, and then I kick butt. Okay? So these are my store credit cards. I recently went shopping on J.Crew for Kinsley. But I am going to do my very best this month. It is going to be one of my goals to I have to use any credit cards. I'm only going to be using my business credit card for business expenses and just trying to cash flow as much stuff as I can without using my credit cards as a crutch. Because I'll tell you right now that whenever money was low or I wasn't having a great month in business, I was grateful to have these credit cards so that I did not have to take out a high interest loan or ask to borrow money from a friend or family, right? I had money in my savings, and then I also had these credit cards to fall back on. And I'd rather owe credit cards than to ask a friend, a family member, or have to go out and get a payday loan or anything like that. So I'm not even upset that I have all this credit card debt, because honestly, the credit cards have allowed me to continue to grow my business and to get stuff done, to buy food or whatever else I needed when my cash was low. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and fill in all of these so you guys get the gist of it. I figure out what day all my bills are due, and then I write down the amount so I can see it. I put in all my paydays, okay, and I set my business up to pay me every Friday. And then that way, we're going to do the paycheck to paycheck budget next so we can see what we pay on what day. So let me I'll be right back. Let me finish filling these out. Alrighty. I have put in all of my monthly bills. And isn't it just adorable? I love it. There's some sort of peace and tranquility I get when I look at this. Alright, so on the back of here is my overall budget. So what I do with this is I put all my categories together and I allot my amounts. So my rent is $15.17.46. That is how much I budget, and that's also my actual amount, but I'm just gonna write and budget it for now, and then at the end of the month when I go back and recap everything, I fill out the actual. My internet kind of went up a little, it looks like. So now my internet is $70 and some change. So we're just going to put 70. Gymnastics and soccer, we're going to leave that blank for now. My DirecTV is around 115, so we'll just budget 120 because that kind of went up too. My iTunes storage is $9.99. I had to upgrade our Netflix account, so I'm going to budget $17 to $20 because I don't know how much it's going to be with tax. I had to up it to 4 screens, so it's like $16.99 or something plus tax, so I'm not sure. My phone bill, we have like, 3 phones, 2 watches, unlimited, and we have all iPhones that are on monthly payment plans, so $350, and we're still paying for 1 watch. So that is that, and I split this with my fiance. Electric. Oh, so I'm in my new apartment, and the last bill I paid was like half my old apartment, half my new apartment. So I used to budget $75 in my old apartment. So I'm just going to budget $100 here because this place is a little bit bigger. Now, Disney, I'm going to put nothing because unless Disney reopens, I did write it on my monthly overview over here. Disney's not charging us until they reopen. And this was my last month in the pass holder program. So unless they reopen in May, I won't be charged that $152. So I'm just going to put a line through it. My freaking car insurance, I don't understand what's going on in Florida and why our car insurance premiums keep going up and up and up. Like, this is $30 more a month I'm paying as opposed to like a year ago. So I definitely want to give Geico a call when this is over to see like what is going on with the coverages. Beauty budget, I'm honestly going to give myself nothing to beauty. I don't plan on getting my nails done, oral wax, or anything in May. If and when Florida reopens, it's starting to open up this weekend. My goal will be to get my nails done sometime in June, if possible. For gas, I have allocated only $75. I've been going out once a week, and I still haven't filled up since the first week of April. It's May, that's a whole month, and I have a half a tank of gas right now. And the last time I put gas in my car to like fill it up, I spent like $7 for a half a tank. So literally, y'all, your girl, 75 is probably going to be way too much. I probably won't spend that at all on gas. For my grocery budget, so it's Kinsley's birthday this month, and during the quarantine when I was hitting the grocery store every week, I was spending about $100 per week on groceries. So because I only plan to hit the grocery store twice this month, and what I mean by that is I'm going to do 1 trip to BJ's at the end of the month, and I'm going to do 2 trips to Publix every other week, right? I'm going to put down here for my grocery budget, just because we're still semi-quarantine life, $350, which is like $200 more than I would on a regular day. I'm telling you right now, I'm going to eat crabs and shrimps at least 2 more times this month, and that's going to be probably about $75 of that alone. Debt, we're going to leave blank for now because we have to do our debt slide, but this is all of my debt payments. My braces are going to be $134. I think I have like 2 or 3 more payments and then this is over. My health insurance is, this is for me and Kinsley's health insurance. Couponing. So I do plan to go couponing once per week. And I'm going to use my rebate at money, of course, but I still like to put this in my budget because now I calculate my rebate at money as income. So I do plan to go to like Family Dollar once or twice this month. So I'm going to give myself for couponing $160 because when I go to Family Dollar, I spend at least $20. So if I go to Family Dollar twice, that's $40. And if I go to Dollar General at least once, that's another $20. That's $60 right there. And then that $100 is my usual couponing. So I'm giving myself a little bit more so that I can try to hit Family Dollar and Dollar General this month. SunPass, I give myself $15. I don't foresee myself taking any tolls, but I always just like to budget $15 just in case. Eating out. It is Kinsley's birthday this month, so I'm going to let her pick a meal of her choice. But I also want to leave money just in case we want to get pizza or Chipotle, so just $100. Business is how much I have to spend to run my business. I'll write that in later. Taxes, and then how much money I save. So I'm going to leave those amounts budgeted. The budgeted amounts empty for now because I need to do the calculations, and then I'll come back and I'll put them all in. Probably won't be able to do a total with you guys because I don't know how much I'm budgeting to save. I'm going to do a video on a money saving challenge. I just can't remember what week I'm doing it, and that will dictate how much money I save. Taxes depend on how much money I bring in. Business, I have to do that calculation. And what else did I leave open? Debt, I need to do that calculation as well. So this is just an overview, guys, of how I set up my budget on this page. So now let's go to the next page, which I have over here. We are going to budget my income. So my income is all over the place because you guys know I work for myself. So as an entrepreneur, how do I budget when I don't know what my income is going to be? So I have a suggested amount from YouTube, and this is like the second lowest month I've ever made from YouTube. And this comes second to my first month on YouTube, okay? My first month. I don't know what's happening with the YouTube algorithm, but my videos are not being suggested like they used to. Also, because of the quarantine, people are not watching couponing videos, and it's not just me. All the couponers that I've talked to on Instagram, Coupon with Tony, Orlando Coupon Queen. There's a bunch of couponers I've seen on a post, and it was basically just like, our YouTube earnings this month are trash because people aren't couponing, so people aren't watching the videos. So that's understood. Hopefully May will be better. I plan on posting a whole lot. So if you have a couple minutes to watch a couple videos and let the ads play through, I would appreciate it. I usually make a minimum, like $1,000 is like a okay month for me. Like, I'm always closer to like the $2,000 range, but to only make $420 is like kind of sad. So the other ways I make money are my membership, and I'm on track to make about $1,050 from my membership community. Classes and courses, I'm in the middle of a launch. I have a bunch of things going on for the month of May. So my target budget is to make $5,000 from my courses and classes that I'm selling this month. Sponsored videos, I don't plan to make anything. Stockpile sales, I don't plan to sell any of my stockpile this month at all, just because it's hard to restock. So I don't want to sell and then be without. Teami, my goal is to make about $20 a week from Teami, and this is affiliates. So basically, when you use my Teami code, I get a commission from it. So my goal is to make about $20 per week. So my goal for May is going to be $80. So I'll be doing at least one Teami video this month. Flues, my goal is to hit the top bonus. I need 30 more people to make their first gift card using my code Maximizer5, and I'll hit the $1,320. So that's the only thing I'm really aiming for. The other money I earn in Flues, I'll just use that to buy food or anything else that I need. I don't really have a goal. I'm gonna write down $50. They have a crazy referral bonus going on, so hopefully I can at least just hit that. And then Shopkick, Saving Star, Fetch, Checkout 51. I don't budget anything for that. I just wait till the end of the month to see what I earn, because that just depends on how much I shop and how much I go out. And then my savings / reserves. I fill this out at the end of the month. So basically, because I'm an entrepreneur, right, I have a savings built up. I have money, so if I have a slow month, right, say I want to make $5,000 and I only make $2,000, and say I need another $1,000 to like pay my bills for the business, or another $1,000 to pay myself so I can pay my personal bills, I can pull from my savings and my reserves. But my goal is to generate enough money to get me through May, right? To get me the money that I need. So if I don't make the money I need, I pull from my savings and reserves. Well, how did I build up my savings and reserves? Whenever I get a big cash flow, like if I make this $5,000, I'll put a portion of it in savings, because I don't need this whole $5,000 to live to get through the month, right? Because I have money already. So when I make this $5,000, almost half of this is gonna go into savings to help build up my savings and reserves for when I have a slower month, or when I decide to take a 1 or 2 week vacation and I'm not selling, I'm not launching, then I'm gonna need money, right? So my biggest tip for entrepreneurs would be live below your means, cut out all your fat out of your budget as much as you can. And in the beginning stages, if you have a full-time job, save as much of your business income. And then when you do get big cash influxes, if you have a crazy launch or you make a bunch of money or you win a contest, put that money away so that you have savings for a rainy day. All right? So try to have at least, the goal is to have 6 months of savings. I try to run with at least 1 to 2 months. Like I said, the money I'm earning in May is going to help pay for July, because the money I earned in February and March is paying for May right now, and in April a little bit, but it's paying for May right now. I have enough money right now to cover June as well in my bank account. So that's why the money I make in May is going to help me in July, if that makes sense, because I've built up savings. I built up a cushion in my bank account so I can just pay my rent, pay my business expenses for the next 2 months, and I don't have to stress about cash. But I'm stressing about cash so that I can make sure that July and August and so on and so forth works, if that makes sense. If you have questions about that, let me know. If you're working a 9 to 5 and you're like, Crystal, how can I get ahead? If you ever get a bonus or like a month like May where there's 5 weeks, like if you get paid 3 times and you usually only budget for 2 paychecks, you could take that extra paycheck and save it, or at least save half of it, and that'll help you get ahead. If you get a bonus, if you got that stimulus check and you didn't need it to immediately pay your bills, put at least half of it away so you can have a little bit of reserves in the future, okay? So goals. I did a new order, so I'm out of goal. So my number 1 goal, obviously, is just to stay under my budget. My second goal is to start the 1K savings challenge. So I'm going to have a video up on my channel real soon, and we're going to do a $1,000 savings challenge for an emergency fund, because I read a statistic that like 68% of Americans don't have $1,000 in their emergency fund. So I want to help motivate us all together in a group setting. I'm going to do videos and we're going to motivate each other to save $1,000 in about 12 weeks so we have our emergency fund. If you can save $1,000 sooner, great. But we're going to slow grow this so that way if another emergency comes up for you, or if God forbid we have to be quarantined ever again, you will at least start to build up your savings. And then goal number 3 is to snowball, and this is at least, and this is specifically $200 to my Walmart credit card. All right, and then I'm also going to put the goal on here is to do $800 to $1,000 to my business credit card. So I have a business snowball and I have a personal snowball, okay? So the more money I make, the more money I can put to that business credit card. Make sense? So that is my income slide. And I break my budget up like this because it just works the best for me. You have to find the way that works best for you. Writing it on this pretty paper helps me so much, okay? And now let's get to the paycheck to paycheck budget. All right, so basically where's the page? Oh, basically what we did over here is we allotted the monthly amounts, okay? So now we're going to decide when that paycheck comes through, what are you going to pay with what? All right. So with the paycheck that was due on the 1st, I'm going to be paying all the things that are due after the 1st up until my next paycheck. So what does that entail? That means I'm going to be paying my credit 1, number 2, which is $45. So what I mean is I'm going to sit down on the 1st, which was today as I'm filming this, and I paid all these credit card bills. I paid everything that was due all the way up until the 7th, okay? Then when I get paid on the 8th, I pay everything from the 9th to the 14th. Why does Crystal do this? I do this so that when it's Friday and I'm checking in with my budget, I'm checking in with my expenses, I know what I need to pay that day. Also, when I was working in my 9 to 5, this will allow me to see how I can break up my bills. So I'm going to tell you right now, the end of the month gets a little heavy for me. I pay a lot of credit cards in the beginning of the month. And then down here, you can see I have $300, $400, $500, like $600 due on one day. Because I know that's coming, I like to make sure every week that I get paid, I put at least $100 to $150 aside for the big stuff that's happening down here. Also, to not overwhelm myself, like I told you guys how I break up my rent. So every week that I get paid from myself, I put about $350 away to my rent. Because I've saved up my extra paychecks, I've saved up my bonuses from myself, I'm able to do this. Okay? And even with the extra week, we do this. And that is how you're able to get ahead. So if every week I'm putting $350 away to my rent, that's $14 plus that, right? That's going to be enough to pay my rent for June 1st. And then if I do that same thing in June, I'll have enough to pay on July 1st. So that way I never have to take a whole paycheck or 2 whole paychecks and pay my rent. And I never have to pay my rent late. When I was working at my 9 to 5, I did the same thing. I had multiple direct deposits. So credit one, I'm going to pay my Victoria's Secret card, which is $75. I'm going to pay Best Buy. And you guys get the gist of what I'm saying. Because I like to sit down every Friday and basically like check all my bills. What do I need to pay? What do I need to check in on? Just to make sure everything's okay. So this is my business case. I have it set up for $500. That's already scheduled to come out of my business bank account plus $35. So it's going to be $535. And then I have J. Crew. And that money has already been accounted for from last month. I had that taken out. 70, and then my New York & Co. is 40. And then basically I would tally all this up and see how much it is, right? And how much am I getting paid that week? That matters. You know how much you're getting paid. You know how much you can allocate, right? And then you also have to figure out what weeks are you taking money out for your groceries. So because I don't see my groceries like as a bill, I see them as an expense. I don't specifically take a paycheck for them. I kind of do the same thing with my rent. So if I decided to do $350 for groceries, I'm going to make sure that I put away about $100 a month for $100 per week for groceries, right? So we'll do $100 for groceries. I know you guys are like, Crystal, how much money do you get paid? A decent amount, depending on how much I work, how much I sell, depends on how much money I make. But when I worked at my 9 to 5, I did something very similar. I took my paychecks and I divvied them up, and I would put $50 a week to groceries. 4 weeks, $400 when my goal is to spend only $350. I hope that makes sense to everybody. So my biggest bills, I break them up. So then with my second paycheck on the 8th, it's a much lighter week, right? 40, 38, 28, 100. So with this second paycheck, I'm going to put $200 away for my phone bill. And how am I able to assess that? Because I know it's a light week, right? It's a light week. I don't have a lot of stuff to pay. So we're going to $200 for AT&T. And guess what? I'm not going to pay AT&T because my phone bill's on auto pay and I get a discount for having it on auto pay. But I'm just going to hold that money in my bank account. If you have multiple bank accounts, this will be a good way to keep the money out of your account where you don't see it and you want to spend it. Or if you just want to go ahead, want the money out your account, then go ahead and pay the bill, right? Turn the auto pay off, pay it. Okay, so that's what I'll do for the second paycheck. And that was on the 8th. So the 15th is another heavy week. So we got 18. I'm not paying Disney because I told you guys that's not happening. The phone bill, braces, electric. Okay, so it's a little bit of a heavy week. So what I'm going to do is for week 3, which is the 15th, we're going to pay $18 to Netflix. We're not paying Disney. We are going to pay the other $150.94 to AT&T. We are going to pay $27 to Buy Power. And I hope you guys get what I'm trying to say. I know I ramble a little bit. It makes sense in my brain, but it doesn't always make sense when it comes out. So let me know if you have any questions about that. And then we have my braces, $134. And then we have my electric, which will probably be a little bit less. And then I'm just going to make sure I have enough money for my insurance. We're just going to save $200 for my insurance, just so that I don't have to pay like $900 on the 22nd, which is my 4th paycheck. Because even though I get paid on the 29th, I want that to go into savings. I want that to be extra money. I don't want to have to pay bills with that. I want to be able to put that chunk away, some of it for rent, some of it for groceries, save for a rainy day. So then paycheck number 4, which is on the 22nd, we are going to do, we have $200 to our insurance. So we're going to do $123.25 to Macy's. We got to pay the other $158.37 to our insurance. I hope you guys can see this. I hope I'm not out of frame completely. We got to pay $144 to our Chase Southwest. And I can't spell. We're going to pay $190.52 to Geico. And then the last thing we can pay on the 29th is our Apple Card for Paycheck 5. And then we want to put $500 in our rent account. And we want to put, rent is really what I care about. We want to put at least $200 to debt with that extra money. Okay, with our extra paycheck. So that's how I do a paycheck to paycheck budget. You see how much your paycheck is going to be. And I can tell you right now, I average about $1,000 to $1,200 per week is what I pay myself. So that's why I look at the numbers and I'm like, okay, how much do I need? And again, I have reserves and money chilling already. So if weekly bills are a little bit more than that, and okay. And then if I can't take $350 from my $1,000 every single week for rent, no, I always have at least 2 months of rent in my rent bank account, and I'm just constantly trying to replenish it. So if one week I put $350 and the next week I only put $150, it's okay. Right? Because I've built up to that place. But if you're not at that place where you have it built up yet, you have to do what's best for your budget. I'm just giving you the template example of what I do, if that makes sense. It's taken me years to get to this place. But the great thing I want to say is when I started my business, I had about 3 months of living expenses. So 3 months of living expenses saved up. So I was making money in my business. I was still receiving my previous jobs, like my final payout, my PTO payout. And I had 3 months of living expenses already saved up. So when in my frame of mind, I was like, okay, the money I'm making now in September is to pay my December and January bills. So it got me ahead, right? Then I had a bad month. I had to use up some of my reserves. Then I had a really, really good month. And I was able to crush it in January and rebuild up my 1 to 2 months of savings. So it doesn't happen overnight. But if you put a plan into place, then I promise you will be able to save money like a boss. Okay, so we're done with that for now, paycheck to paycheck. Now we're gonna go to the scary part. All right, so now let's go through the debt. I'm gonna do this as quickly as possible. I have my cheat sheet. I have my debts in order from smallest to largest. And again, please don't judge your girl. I am doing my very best to pay this off. We'll see where I am at the end of the year. I'm gonna do a lot better of not using my credit cards. Okay, so I put the starting balance. So when it comes to credit cards, I want to know how much I owe, and then I want to know how much the minimum amount is and the day that it's due. You're probably like, Crystal, you write the same thing a bunch of times. Yes, because I need to see it. I need to know it. I need to remember when everything is due. And this is due on 5/13/20. Okay? Next credit card. And then I just go through for all the credit cards. So I'm going to cut the camera off and I'm just going to go through all of these. And when we get to the end, I will show you what my starting credit card debt is. And we're going to put in my monthly payment amounts that I need to pay so that we can add that to our budget slide. And then at the end of the month, we'll come back and we'll see how much debt I actually paid off. Okay? I went through all of my debts and it is so much. So with my $800 that I want to pay to my business credit card, my total debt payments that I'm going to pay this month is $1,939. So that is my total debt payment. So without that Snowball, it is just $1,139. So I'm just going to go over here to my May budget, and in the debt, we're going to put in 1939. And as you can see up here, I put in Kinsley's birthday. I forgot I didn't leave another line item. So since I'm not doing beauty, I just crossed out beauty and put Kinsley's birthday. So for Kinsley's birthday, we are allotted $500. 3 of that goes to an iPad. And then the other $200 goes towards cake and party supplies, and I'm gonna buy her some toys and stuff from Dollar Tree. So $500 is what we're allocating for Kinsley's birthday. So that is where I put the debt. So now let's get a drum roll of how much total credit card debt Crystal is in. And I just told my sister, and she was like, what? I was like, girl, don't freak out. It's totally okay. Like I told you guys, I'm grateful that I had the credit card availability to do the things I needed to do without having to borrow from someone else. But your girl has $35,628 in credit card debt and 24 cents. And guess what, y'all? It's totally okay. I'm going to do a snowball. I'm going to get this down. So I guess by the end of the year, we want to be around $25,000. So we're going to try to pay off $10,000 in credit card debt in 6 months. So pray for me. That's going to be my plan. Well, about 7 or 8 months, but that'll be my plan to get at least down to $25,000 by December, if not more. Because I know I can do it. I just got to be more intentional, more focused, and continue serving my clients well. So that is my debt slide. Okay. So don't dwell on it. I know it's a lie. I'm going to do a snowball. So like I said, I want to pay at least $200 to Walmart. And then in June, pay off Walmart and then put another healthy chunk to my business debit. So my business credit card, excuse me. So if I do $200 up here plus that $800, that's $1,000 right there in additional funds. So in order to get to $10,000 in 6 months, I would have to do at least like $1,500 a month. So in May and June, I'll try to do at least $1,000, and then July through the rest of the year, I'll have to make sure I put at least $1,500 a month towards debt. So we'll do it. We'll try to get as close to $25,000 by December. If not, we're not going to beat ourselves up on it. As long as we get this down $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, I'll be happy. It's progress over perfection. It's going to be okay. I'm going to be totally fine, y'all. Don't worry. Over here, really quick, let's do my business expenses and then we'll be done. And this is how I budget as an entrepreneur. I give myself lots of grace. I don't beat myself up. I focus in and I just make the money. I do it, right? And if I can't pay off a lot of debt, then so be it. As long as I'm paying the minimums, yes, I'm paying interest, but such is life. I will get through it, right? I'm still young. I have time to get this debt paid off and to be very intentional with my money. So anyway, so these are my business expenses that I pay every single month as of right now. So I'm in Erin on Demand's e-brand club. I pay $20 a month for that coaching. I am in the Profitable Podcast School. My podcast is still coming soon. Prayerfully, I will launch it in June. I'm working on it. Other things just took a little bit more of a precedent, and this comes out on May 5th. Payment processing, I use a company called Sam's Cart to process all my payments. That is $99 per month, and that comes out on May 6th. Microsoft, this is for Office, email, PowerPoint, all that jazz. I pay $6.99 per month for that, and that comes out on May 4th. All this stuff is on autopay. My website, I have a Squarespace website, and I pay $26 per month for Squarespace, and that comes out on May 27th. Thinkific, this is where I host all of my courses. So if you purchase a course from me or a masterclass, you'll get a login to a site called Thinkific. I pay $99 a month to host my classes in there, and this is going to be due also on May 27th. For my email marketing platform, so that you guys can get the email sent out to you, the newsletters, and hold up my email list, I pay $49 per month, and that comes out on May 29th. Now, if you're interested in starting a business, you don't have to have all this, but in order to make $5,000, $10,000, $20,000 per month, I need systems in place in order for these things to work. I have a virtual assistant. I love her so much. Shout out to Erica. She is half of Krys the Maximizer. Like, she gets the email sent out. She gets the Instagram post ready. She's doing automations on the back end. She does hashtag research. Like, my business wouldn't run without her. And this will be due. She invoices me around the 3rd week of the month, and I don't know what that's going to be. So we're just going to put May 20th. I usually pay around the 20th. And then my graphic designer, I pay $200 a month for that, and that is just bi-weekly. I have that bi-weekly payment set up. And then my graphic designer, who's also my sister, so if you need any graphics or anything for Instagram or Facebook, hit her up. I shared her information on my Facebook, but I'm going to have her to start editing my podcast, so we're just going to start off with that amount to see how it works, and we'll decide from there how much more to pay her. But I'm gonna start getting her to edit my podcast and get all that stuff done. Signed up for one-on-one coaching with Isabella Guava, so I have one more payment to pay her, and I'm so freaking excited for that. And then I pay $100 per month for my office space. I don't want to cancel it because I know I'm going to be going back there probably in August, as long as school opens up. And I don't want to cancel it. I just don't want to cancel it, right? It's a small business I'm supporting, and I know they're going to give us tons of credits for paying while we physically can't be there. So I'm going to be able to go there as much as I want when I get back. So that is my monthly business expenses. So we can tally these up because I actually didn't tally it up. So I'm going to tally it up for you guys so we can see how much I'm spending. And then anything else I buy, food, or if I buy any office supplies, like I bought these pens today. So actually, I'm going to write down here. I'm going to start it off. I'm going to put Office Depot. I spent like $34. I bought pens and stuff like that. So all that will be on here as well. And at the end of the month, I can see if there's anything else I need to reconcile. So in order to run my business and get coaching. So to run my business in May, I need $1,993.99. That's just to run my business and to pay for my coaching, right? So down here, we're going to put $1,993.99. And like, if the podcast doesn't go, then I don't have to pay. That's the only thing that's flexible is the podcast. Everything else I'm kind of locked in monthly. So it's just the podcast editing. And then I also going to give my graphic designer a bonus this month. So that'll be extra because she's been killing it. And then I have expenses, and I don't have any expenses to write in just yet. And that is my budget, y'all. So that is how I set up my budget for May. That is how I budget as an entrepreneur. If I just do a quick overview of how much income I plan to earn, let's just do that really quick because I know I should have did that. So my target, and I'm not going to write it in pen here. I'm just going to put my total budgeted for all these things that I have is $7,920. And then based on these budgeted bills, let's see if we're making enough. And one other thing I want to say about my income, how I got to this $5,000 for courses and classes. I put like the minimum amount of courses and classes I want to sell at the price point that I want to sell them for. And then I just do an estimate. I may make $5,000, I may make $3,000, I may make $8,000. It just depends on how the sales go. But I have analytics that say if X amount of people watch it, then X amount of people buy. So I just did an estimate on that. So let's add up everything over here, and we can do this total. I'm not opposed to writing this total in because even if it changes, I'm okay with that. We need $8,004.27 to pay for everything that's up here. Woo! And I said we were only making. Oh look, it's really not that much off. It's $80 off. So we gotta find $80, which in this case, y'all, if I don't make this $5,000, where will the rest of the money come from? So there's an $80 difference that your girl's gonna have to make to get this ideal budget. I would pull from my savings and reserves the difference. So any difference I need, I'll pull from my savings and my reserves. And then as an entrepreneur, what can I always cut back on, right? Expenses. I can cut back on couponing. I can cut back on paying that debt down, right? I can cut back on my groceries. I can cut back on my eating out. So at any time, I can cut $300 to $500 out of this just from my expenses categories, okay? I don't have to go to Family Dollar and Dollar General. I can cut that back. I can cut back that debt payment in half. Instead of doing $800 or $1,000 in debt, I can do $500. Grocery, I can easily cut that back to $200. Not go to the grocery store that much. I can cut back and not buy Kinsley that thing I want to buy her, right? If need be. Only have an $80 difference. So this month is going to be awesome. I'm pretty sure I'm going to make much more than that because it's just turning out great. Things are going well. So if you guys have any questions, let me know in the comments. Is your budget going well? This is a teacher planner that I'm using. Is your budget set up for May? How do you budget? Let me know in the comments. I do have some stickers left over, so I want to show you guys. I buy extra bill due stickers because I have all those credit card bills. So those are my extra stickers. And these are the ones that I didn't use. And I do just save them just in case I ever want to use them. Like, I'll cut them out and make them smaller. I'll use my X-Acto knife. But yeah, I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in. I appreciate each and every one of you. If you could, please watch 1 or 2 of my YouTube videos and let the ads play through. And as always, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.